October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Today, we investigate issues facing the LGBTQ community.
Often it's hard for gay and trans couples to speak out or even call police for help. 10 of your side's Kiahnna Patterson shares how a Virginia Beach woman wrote a song and created a music platform to help survivors of abuse.
A song for John Kilgore. A wish from his sister, Shannon McAfee. She wrote the words as a form of therapy.
It couldn't get out of my head that maybe this would have made a difference.
Her little brother, known for loving his family, especially his nieces, had the nickname Jolly.
He was just the happiest, most laid-back person. Always laughing, always smiling.
Behind that smile hid so much pain.
It's one of those stories that you never imagine happens to you, that you only see in movies or only hear about on the news that happens to someone else.
In January 2019, John was murdered while trying to leave his ex, Raul DeLua.
You know in your heart someone's gone, but when you actually hear the words, I can't describe it.
In August, Raul pleaded guilty to several charges, including second-degree murder. He got 30 years in prison as a part of a plea agreement.
There's no amount of time that will ever be sufficient. No punishment that will bring my brother back.
I wish you could have lived your life and witnessed what could have been.
Looking back, the signs were not entirely clear, as John was very private. But Shannon remembers early on in John's relationship, he had a black eye.
This was a gay relationship, and so that made things a little bit more complicated in our mind because, you know, you think two men, roughhousing, you can see how that could happen.
Rebecca Rose, an LGBT counselor, says unfortunately this happens often. Studies show only about 25% of gay men call 911 for help after extreme violence.
So when a police officer responds to a domestic violence incident, they may have difficulty identifying a victim if it's a same-sex couple.
The LGBT Life Center has an intimate partner violence program. This is one of few agencies in the country, which speaks to the problem and the stigma of abuse. Shannon now wants people to hear her song and hear her message.
You can't get help unless you share what's really going on.
She created a music streaming website called Reform Through Music.
Music has the ability to change people's lives in a positive way.
It has a list of songs, all to encourage domestic violence awareness.
And you can download If I Would Have Known right now. Shannon says she plans to grow those playlists to promote domestic violence awareness songs over on the Reform Through Music platforms. Also, the LGBT Life Center offers one-on-one counseling and support groups. If you need help, I'll post that information over on WAVY.com. Kiahnna Patterson, 10 on your side.